Hey, Grand Ascension family, it's me, Carolyn Denise, better known as Nisi, back with another video. I'm going to be reading from the Book of Wisdom. We're going to call this part 3. And I stopped at as within, so without. But before I get started on reading that, I also wanted to read something from you. I have some parallel teachings or sayings from Yeshua, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu. And I want to read something to you guys. And I want you just to listen, okay? These are parallel sayings of the master teachers, or the master teachings. Let me put it that way. Christ Yeshua, everyone who understands what I am saying can be compared to a wise man who built his house on a rock. The rains fell, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against his house, but it did not fall because its foundation was rock. Wisdom has been achieved by the yogi who has gained control over his sense organs and sees everything in the world as equal, whether it be rocks or gold. The wise are no longer influenced by the vagaries of life or the opinions of others. They are like rocks who cannot be blown away by the wind. And then the last parallel saying, this is from Lao Tzu. Earth and sky exist for eons because they have no personal desires. Wisdom is found by people who live for others. The wise do not seek to be first, but to be last. Those who deny themselves find security in being selfless. They are fulfilled. Next one is from Christ Yeshua. Defend yourselves against the world. Erect fortifications to protect yourselves so that the world does not rob you of your birthright. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? If you do not do this, then those things that you fear the most will come to pass. Krishna. Among those with virtue, there are 4 types of people who seek me. Those who experience sorrow, those who seek knowledge, those who seek pleasure, and those who have attained wisdom. Among these 4 types of people, it is the wise person devoted to me who surpasses all others. I am dear to him, and he is dear to me. Buddha. Those who are unaware of the true nature of life and who do not follow the Dharma are those without wisdom. Wise are those who achieve balance in life. They become serene and are immune to good and evil. Lao Tzu. Wise is a person who has no preferences for one thing over another. He allows his heart to become empty of desires. I'm going to stop it right there. Let's get into the reading of the Book of Wisdom, Part 3. As within, so without. Just like the year has its 4 seasons, so likewise there are seasons within the life of man. He is not only subject to the winter around him, but the winter is within him. He is not only affected by the great cycling motions of the earth, but its smaller cycles based upon the fact that the body itself is a miniature world, a microcosm in whose constitutions all larger processes are reproduced in miniature. There is a sympathy between the larger and miniature cycles in man, so that all of nature is bound together in one vast pattern, governed by rules for which there are no exceptions. There's always a balance. Has to be balance, people. Your physical, mental, and spirit all has to be within unison. The sun's exaltation in Cancer individuals often experience heightened creativity, happiness, and energy. This astrological alignment is occurring within us as well as outside of us. Conversely, when the sun is weak in state in Capricorn, its impact is thought to extend to mental, physical, spiritual aspects, potentially leading to challenges in these areas. Psalms 82:6-7. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. We are spark of God, the Word made flesh. The soul is a system within you, the pituitary and the pineal, you inverse or universe. And we have, they like to say 4 seasons. I beg to differ and say 5. We have winter, spring, summer, autumn, fall. Okay? And then you have a toroidal field, just like the earth has a toroidal field. And here is the balance. And we are in a dome. And I care not to argue with people. You just need to do your research, you know. It's hard to unprogram your mind from which you have been indoctrinated your entire life. It is not for the path of many people. Narrow is the way, and few will find it. And that's true. Let's get into planes of existence. There are different levels of reality that are not separate. They melt into planes. That is above and below. In other words, each plane is a product of the plane that is above, okay? The higher plane, the more fluid, formless it becomes, the lower the plane, the more material solid it becomes. Mental, higher astral, middle astral, lower astral, etheric, and physical. Those are the planes. I'm going to show you the picture. Okay. Those are our planes of existence. The mental plane. The mental plane is a dimension of the mind. The mind is a part of the universal mind. Okay. Universal consciousness, the one, those we call the great spirit, the creator of all, God. Therefore, the mental plane is shared between all minds that exist. It is the world of thoughts. Thoughts are not created. They are received based upon what frequency your mind is set. This is why we call it a mindset. Each thought, topic, and subject is a frequency. And when you set your mind to these topics, you gain the thoughts that are that similar frequency. The world of thought is completely formless. It is the most fluidic plane, astral plane. The astral plane is where thoughts manifest into forms. For example, the mental plane is the thought of the chair, and the astral plane is the imagination of that chair. It's basically the world of imagination and mental pictures. The screen we see in our mind when we imagine something is the astral plane. We create with our thoughts. This is why thoughts are things. So be careful what you put in your mind, right? Whatever you think, you become. The astral plane is created out of thoughts manifesting, and each thought has a vibrational frequency. This results in generating three main levels. It is higher, middle, and lower. Depending on the vibrational frequency of thought, manifesting will result in the thought form of manifesting on the higher, middle, or lower astral planes. The higher planes will embody high vibrational thoughts like love and joy, while the lower planes are what we like to call demonic thoughts are hate, murder, and lust, which is a lower vibration, okay? When we astral project, we are using our mind to project the soul into the astral plane. You will only see and encounter beings that are on the same or similar frequency as you. If you operate on low frequency, you will come across demons and negative entities. Demons, or angels, spirits, and jinns, are living within the astral plane. There are basically entities that have no physical body, okay? Elements are spirits of the four elementals. For example, there are spirits of water, fire, earth, and air. The etheric plane is the world of energy, electricity, and magnetism. It is the fifth element, also known as the spirit of ether. The ether is a substance that has 1 foot in the physical world and 1 foot in the astral world. Ether is where we get the word either from. Either is connecting two scenarios in language. For example, I either support Manchester United or Liverpool. It says, the ether is the same thing connecting two planes together. The word together has the word ether within it, joining two planes. There are also etheric entities that live amongst us, like goblins, gnomes, trolls. They are entities that have the ability to materialize or stay in the astral body at their will. They choose whether to be physical or non-physical. This is where we get these myths or trolls or fairies, gnomes, and goblins from. They are very secretive beings, and they do not like to be seen by humans. There are things that walk among us, people, whether you believe it or not. They're there and they exist. You don't have to believe. They're going to continue to be there. They're going to continue to exist whether you believe it or not. Okay? And then we have the physical plane. The physical plane is the world or matter. It is the world governed by the 5 elements. It is the world of effect. Everything we experience and visually see with the 2 eyes or retinas is the effect of the higher planes above. This is where we get the sayings, above, so below. You change the higher planes of existence, you change the physical planes. This is why magic is indeed real. Magicians and occultists do have methods to have contact with these astral and etheric entities, which then have the ability to manipulate the planes. And then you have the physical plane, the ethereal plane, and the eternal plane. And it says Leonardo da Vinci is symbolizing as above, so below. Look up because the root word, there is no point of looking down because the physical plane is the world of effect. Whatever you see and experience in the effect of your mind, so look up at the cause. Change your mind, you change your reality. As within, so without. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back row. Change your mind, you change your reality. As within, so without. The two Masonic pillars symbolize the number 11, okay? It is the mirroring of the realities within the planes of existence, okay? Whatever you do in the astral plane will manifest into the physical world. It's like a mirror. This is why you always see two pillars in the Masonic artwork. And I'm going to show it what it looks like right here, okay? This is Masonic artwork right here, guys. Okay, Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, and these are the symbols. Okay, here. All right, it says the ethereal plane is a constant rotation with the physical plane through REM, karma, polarity, and gender. The circle is never ending. It has beginning or end. It's ethereal. It is an impassiveness of all things, okay? The circle is the eternal plane. The triangle is the ethereal, and the square is the physical, okay? And these are the symbols right here. And this you were not taught in school. You were taught the sides of it. Astral star. Okay, check this out. The stars are not physical places. They are portals to the astral plane, people. The stars are the start of the soul system. We are stars wrapped in flesh. Fallen angle of light, because we are light bodies wrapped in flesh, people. Fallen angle or fallen angel. Astronomy is astro equals astral, or space is fake. Mentalism, correspondence, and energy. We are astral stars. Like I read to you a couple of nights ago, you are a star. I am a star. Star, you exchange the A to the E, are interchangeable. So we have Mr., a minister, a sister, a monster, a superstar, a rock star, a master, a fraudster, a sinister. We are stars. I'll read the astral plane. Astral plane exists alongside the physical realm, compromising both a divine solar level and a lower level lunar level. The divine level holds the blueprints for all things, while the low levels is an initial sphere. The soul reaches after death. The astral plane lacks a natural landscape, apparently white and formless. It consists of astral matter. The substance can be magical, manipulated akin to a prototype of matter to create thought forms. Objects created on the astral plane can eventually manifest into the physical realm, okay? So we talk about gateways, we talk about portals, we talk about CERN, we talk about these beings bringing something up from the deep. Our ancestors did that, okay? They had help in doing it, but things are here, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm not here to debate with anyone. You got to do your research. The astral plane is made out of mental thoughts manifesting into astral matter. The thoughts we think are actually things, hence why we say the famous saying, thoughts are things. The more mental power we give a thought, the more it manifests into the astral plane. Signals and symbols. A sigil is a magical symbol used in esoteric practices, often serving as a pictorial representation or a signature of a deity or a spirit, such as an angel or a demon. The term sigil is rooted in the word sigillum, which translates to a seal. Okay? The thoughts we focus on can materialize in the fourth dimension. If we consistently hold onto a particular thought, it transforms into an astral form. The more emotional energy we invest, the stronger it gets. The principle applies to sigils too. Take corporate logos like Nike swoosh, for instance. Over years, millions of minds have given it mental attention and emotional energy. The symbol carries an astral energy created by the collective perception of the masses, which can either be positive or negative, okay? Wearing signals or sigils can either benefit us negatively or negatively impact us depending on what sigils we wear and keep in our eyesight. The planetary gods are not planets. They are seven cosmic energies that give off their unique energy and qualities to all that is upon the face of the earth. Wear these sigils if you wish to gain their virtues. We have Saturn, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Mars, Venus. Religions and hive minds and energy harvesting. Okay. And they have their sigils here. I'm not going to show that. The Holy Bible and other religious texts are crafted in a way that resonates with individuals at different levels of understanding. A child reading these scriptures might gain a simple generic perception, emphasizing love and kindness. However, those verses in the occult teachings or astrology may discern deeper metaphysical codes within the text, highlighting the subjective nature of interpretation based on one's awareness and realization. Okay? Directing thoughts, energy, and attention towards the deity, Christ Yeshua, brings forth an entity within the astral plane. Organized religion functions as energy harvesting tools for entities within the astral realm. Instead of advocating worship, we should be seeking to embody the qualities associated with Yeshua in our life. Let me repeat that one more time for the people in the back row. Woo! Religions functions as energy harvesting tools for entities within the astral realm. Instead of advocating worship, we should be seeking to embody the qualities associated with Yeshua in our life. Those in positions of power are orchestrating a collective consciousness or hive mind for the masses. The intent is to establish a global religion, unifying belief systems and leading to the summoning of a demon into the astral plane. Black magicians often focus on the astral plane in their work as it is linked to the physical plane through the subconscious and intuition. They know what they're doing. The number 11 is the Masonic symbol for as above, so below. Events occurring in the astral realm have a direct impact on the physical plane, and conversely, actions in the physical world reverberate in the astral. The numerical representation of 11 symbolizes the mirroring effect, highlighting the interconnectedness and reflection of reality between the two planes of existence. And this is what it looks like for you Freemasons out there. Doubt you guys know this information. Some of you may, some of you might not. I think the ones at the lower levels, they don't know shit. I truly believe that. I think I know more than they do. Sad but true. All right. Not going to be on here long. We're going to get to the astral projection. This is going to be quick. Additional info before you astral project. 1, the astral plane is the fourth dimension. It's unseen of what we see. Okay? It is where thought forms exist, mental images. It can be seen only by our mind's eye. You will experience beings and entities that match your frequency, so make sure you are vibrating as high as possible before trying to project. Everything you think of will manifest instantly in the astral plane, the fourth dimension. Your vision in the astral plane will not be very clear when you first astral project. You will have to work on strengthening it. You create demons. The ideas we mentally entertain can take form in the fourth dimensional plane. By entertaining negative thought forms for long periods of time, the emotional power we give this thought, we can manifest into a demon. Every single mental addiction you have is some form of a demon you created within the astral plane. It grows the more emotion, energy, and motion you give it. Okay, did you get that? The word demon has mon in it, which means moon. Moon is mind. We create demons with our minds. How astral projection works. Your mind is the projector of your soul. Your soul is the experiencer or the observer, as we are conscious awareness wrapped in what? Flesh. We are stars wrapped in flesh. When you astral project, you are using your mind to project the soul out of the physical body, a physical world, into the astral plane where there are no limitations of time and space. When you dream, your mind is projecting the soul into another reality while the physical body is resting. So every night you sleep, you have access to that realm and you are closer to the creator of all. You are pure consciousness when you slumber. I don't say sleep because sleep means death. Slumber. When you rest, okay? You rest your body, okay? Your computer is still operational. Your mind is still operational. Okay. Practices for astral projection. Lay down flat with no body parts touching. Rest every single muscle and be as still as possible. Close your eyes. Take deep breath in through the mouth, in through the nose, and slowly out through the mouth. Meditate until you have lost all desires and the mind is empty of thoughts. And this will take practice. It will take practice. Then focus your attention on the middle of the brain, the pineal gland. You can close your eyes and roll your eyes up on the top of your skull. Gently look up, raise your eyes up. I don't know if you can see on the camera, I'm raising my eyes up. Both of my eyes are focusing in the center point, okay? Do this until you start to feel a tingling sensation all over the body. The tingling sensation is your energy body, your etheric body being awakened. Now, imagine yourself pulling a rope up to the sky. You may feel yourself being lifted out of the body. Do not be scared. And I have been scared several times. I've done it not intentionally, not aware of what I was doing, but I have done it quite a bit, actually. And I can attest to this on camera because I'm looking at your face. You can see that. It can be scary. So I would say, be careful what you do when you go to sleep. Things will follow you back. So you have to be careful. I would say stay away from this until you've grown in knowledge, okay, and understanding. That's all I'm going to say on this. Okay, so it says, now you imagine yourself pulling a rope up in the sky. You may feel yourself being lifted out of the body. Do not be scared. Keep doing the exercise until you gain this ability to leave the whole body and discover the astral plane. When successfully astral projecting and desiring to return to your physical body, the process involves a simple act of intention. Yeah, it does. By directing your thoughts towards reuniting with your physical form and focusing on the idea of returning, you can initiate a swift transition, effectively guiding yourself back into your body. I've had times where there have been things that have followed me back, and I've woke up with my heart racing in my chest, and I had to slow down my breathing. It was me running through a plane or a train and going off a cliff, and we're diving into water and I'm jumping off of a ship. It's crazy. So I've had dreams and I've projected. I've actually went up into, I've astroplaned and was floating above my body in my bed and looking down at my husband and myself. And I've actually projected into my children's homes, and I've saw them resting and sleeping. So I have had experience doing that, but I don't really want to talk any further on it because I feel like we're just covering the basics in the book, and I'm just sharing a little bit of this information with you all. It takes practice, and you really need to know what you're doing before you start. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. So it says, Christ never walked on water. It is a symbolic for leaving the physical body. The water is the ethereal plane, which is the veil between the physical world and the astral world. Yeshua was walking on top of the veil of the ether. He was astral projecting. Okay. When Christ Yeshua teaches Peter to walk on water, he is teaching him not to be scared, or else you will fall back into the water. And that's true. This is symbolic of when you are astral projecting. When you start to fear, when you're projecting, you will be sucked back into your body. And that's true. It says, he was afraid and beginning to sink, cried out, Lord, save me. Okay. I apologize. I was getting a call. And the last part that I'm going to stop at. So we talked about astral projecting, and I'm going to leave it right there. At 24 minutes, and I don't want to go any further than that. I just wanted to come on here and read a little bit from you. Again, we're covering the Book of Wisdom, and I'm going to try to make these short videos, chop them down so they won't be so long, 35 minutes, no more than that. An hour and a half is just way too long, and it will, people have a tendency in not paying attention. Okay. So anyway, I will talk with you guys soon. Thank you for joining me. And remember what I always say, be the change you want to see all around this planet, because it is up to you and I to make a positive change. And when we come back, we will read up on the Merkaba, or light body. All right. Talk to you soon.